Anyway, I think it's very important for UNESCO chairs to indeed be able to join hands, to share their vision, unite their voices, and spark hopefully momentum for addressing all the challenges that we have, and more particularly one of the most important challenges of our time: how to ensure a bright future for all women across the globe, and for the realization at UNESCO of our global priority, gender equality. In India, I think it's clear to and important to say that India is making progress on gender equality, even though, of course, many challenges remain. I just want to start by recalling what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said during his speech very recently for the 75th Independence Day, when he recalled that today, and for the first time after independence, the Union Cabinet has the maximum representation of women ministers. He also underlined that across the board, Indian women are contributing to the development of the country within the family, but also in schools, colleges. And he also commented on the fact that children should be nurtured in an environment where they learn appropriate values to respect women. At the same time, as I said just a minute ago, I think it's important that we understand that there are still many challenges, and this summit is very well timed for many, many reasons. It is certainly encouraging to note that it will contribute to bringing together UNESCO chairs on how the role of women can be transformed in the post-pandemic era. The pandemic has really created a situation where we have seen where women have played and continue, because the pandemic is not finished, continue to play a disproportionate role in responding to the virus, including, but not only, as frontline healthcare workers, pursuing careers at home, and much, much more. Here in South Asia, we have seen also that women's unpaid care work increased significantly as a result of school closures, and that they are harder hit by the economic impacts of COVID-19 than men. And while women are holding up more than their half of the sky during the COVID-19 pandemic, we've also learned from the National Commission for Women in India, for instance, that there has been a surge in domestic violence and cybercrimes, which has made girls and women even more vulnerable. With lockdown measures in place for many months, on and off, many women were trapped at home with their abusers, struggling to access services that are often suffering from cuts and restrictions. So UNESCO New Delhi here has been mobilized. Our team has been mobilized for more than a year and a half, with really this priority gender very much in mind. And we've tried to work with our colleagues, and I want to give you a glimpse of what we have done during this period. And I'll start with a joint effort, because we, of course, work closely with our sister agencies, and together with UNFPA, UNICEF, UN Women, and the South Asia Foundation, I wanted to point out to a film that we supported together. We helped director and actress Nandita Das in the production and launch of a short film called Listen to Her, which was intended to break the stigma around the issue and encourage women to speak up and seek help when faced with violence at home during the COVID-19 period. I really encourage you to look at this video, which is, for instance, available on YouTube. But all in all, our commitment and engagement on gender equality encompasses much more. It encompasses, in fact, the broad scope of UNESCO's mandate. And I won't speak too long, but I really want to mention a few of our initiatives. For instance, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, we launched a comprehensive school health program involving 1.5 million government schools in the country. This is a program focusing on enhancing life skills to promote responsible and healthy behaviors among students all the way from upper primary to senior secondary stage, with a focus on gender equality and safety and security against violence and injuries. This is really a project that we're very proud of because it has impacted a lot of schools and students. It's meant to enable learners to analyze gender norms and recognize power dynamics at the same time as it proposes to identify strategies to challenge gender-based discrimination and violence. In the same vein, and as part of a unique partnership with the private sector, our office has been working with Procter & Gamble to develop 6 modules focusing on a range of issues from gender equality to nutrition, health, and hygiene, to be included in the school and teacher training curriculum. This was to try to see how students are able to access safe, accurate, and verified information on menstruation, and ensure that all girls, especially girls with disabilities, are able to continue learning throughout their lives in a safe and friendly environment. I'm very happy, of course, to report that we are right now working in partnership with Dr. Bhavani Rao and Amrita University on producing a flagship report on the status of women in science in India. This will aim to analyze policy, but also the gaps, the lessons learned, and the best practices with regards to women and science, envisioning to provide a platform of evidence-based policy to support more women in science fields. And the potential in India is absolutely enormous. Again, with Dr. Rao and her team, we have also been working very closely on implementing a national program on engaging men and boys for gender equality. I think this echoes quite clearly what Jamila was saying earlier. This is entitled Transforming Mentalities. And among other actions we have developed is as part of this program is a scoping report for India on masculinities, with recommendations on how government, civil society, and all relevant stakeholders can make progress on this important issue. If you're interested, you can download it fairly easily from the UNESCO website, or ask us and we'll send you a link. So this is part of the projects that we have developed in the last year and a half. We've also focused a number of our actions as part of our mandate on freedom of expression and training of journalists towards promoting specifically the safety of women journalists and ensuring a safer, gender equal work environment. In line with our global agenda on this issue, we've had a number of capacity building workshops in India, but also in other countries in the region, in Sri Lanka, Maldives, for women journalists and media managers on all the safety related issues and their legal rights. And in the same vein, I'm almost finished, but I really want to outline some of these initiatives. We have very recently published a comprehensive report, again, that you can access if you would like, entitled Sexual Harassment and the News Media, with the aim to improve, if we can, media reporting on cases of sexual violence. This is a report which also provides recommendations and guidelines to concerning ethical coverage of gender-based violence. So this is an overview, but as I said at the beginning, there is no doubt that many challenges remain. But in our office, our team has been working from the perspective that the COVID-19 pandemic actually provides an opportunity for radical, positive action to redress long-standing inequalities in multiple areas of women's lives and build a more just and resilient world. The UNESCO Chairs are a unique mechanism to hopefully expand on our results. That's why we've been trying to, as Bhavani said at the beginning, actively engage with all the UNESCO Chairs in India. We organized, for instance, an annual meeting of UNESCO Chairs in the country. The 3rd edition took place earlier this year. We had actually all of the UNESCO Chairs in India, and I think it was a very fruitful exchange and opportunity to synergize and bond, because you're all working very sometimes perhaps in isolation. So that's why we were very keen to contribute also at Bhavani's invitation to this particular meeting. We believe like our other colleagues, in the power of UNESCO Chairs to expand UNESCO's mandate and to help realize the 2030 agenda, because we are convinced, all of us at UNESCO, that a sustainable and peaceful world will never be so without gender equality. So I will stop there, but once again, I want to congratulate Amrita University. Thank you very much.